Food for thought. No one can take away your experiences that you've had. Let me repeat that. No one can take away the experiences that you've had. Not a single person can strip you from the lessons you've learned and from the memories you've had. I have a friend that goes like here, and we got lunch one time, and she's relatively much older than I am, but she's like considered a freshman or a first year, whatever you want to call it, because her first year was at my college this year. And so she was telling me about her story about going to law school and then going to another college, a prestigious college. And she went there, the one at law school for 3 years, and then the one after law school for a couple of years. And then now she's here as considered a first year because none of her credits transferred. And I was absolutely flabbergasted. I was like, oh my goodness. I would be incredibly upset. And the one thing she told me was, they can take everything that I have, but they can't take up what's up here. And I was absolutely like blown away. I was like, oh my gosh, that is such a good statement. And ever since she's told me that, it has genuinely just hit different. It's hit different. I'll be completely honest. It hits different, you know? And just thinking about that, not a single person can take away or invalidate your experiences. Not a single soul can do that unless you let them. Because she told me that she was like kind of frustrated. She's like, darn, like that's a bummer. But she didn't let that strip her away from who she is. Her credits not transferring didn't strip her, from the experiences that she's had, from the memories she's made, from the experiences that she's had, you know? And she's an international student, and she was like telling me, she's like, if I wouldn't have gone to the college here before like coming to my college, she said that her English would have been not as good, not as fluent, you know? And that really just made me think, wow, I guess things do happen for a reason. And that even though things might not go to plan, everything happens for a reason. It's really like that cheesy cliche or that cheesy catchphrase, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, and it's just so, it reminds me of just someone being so humble. To be humble, to know who you are, to be centered, to be grounded, to know your value. Your value isn't tied with the numerical values. Your value is not tied to the job that you work, the money that you make. You are more than any value, any material object that someone could give you, could buy, or could ever be on this planet. Because you have value, and it's not intertwined with the things that are like of this world. I don't know how deep you like to get, but yeah, that your value is more than anything of this world could give, because you're you. You have your experiences, you have your values, you have life within you that nothing else could be the same, you know? And I think it's really important to be centered and to remember who you are and to not get wrapped up in this life and to know that no one can take away any of your experiences, even if they might be not physically validated, or you might not have words of acknowledgement, that you are still you, no matter what, and no one can take that away from you. So I hope you remember that you are you, no matter what. Food for thought.